Hi, I'm Augustus Cook. I'm a member of the Oklahoma City RIVERSPORT Canoe Kayak team. I'm one of the sprint athletes training out of the High Performance Center at the RIVERSPORT District in downtown Oklahoma City. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with recreational kayaking because it's a pretty great way to get on the water. But what's the difference between recreational kayaking and sprint kayaking? Let's take a quick look. One of the first main differences between sprint kayaking and recreational kayaking is the boat. And in sprint kayaking, our boats are a little bit longer and a lot skinnier, which really helps the boat glide and maintain speed, which is very important, as you can imagine, in a high-speed race. In sprint kayaking, we also have an adjustable seat, so you can adjust your settings to however feels best for you. Also in sprint kayaking, we've got an adjustable footboard. You can really set these up to however your preferences are. I personally like a double foot strap. It helps me feel more connected. And you've also got a tiller bar right here, which controls your rudder. So as you're paddling, you can steer with your feet to make sure you're maintaining a good course. Right now, personally, I'm using, as pictured here, the knowlege K1. And K1 is a term for one-person kayak, so two-person kayak is a K2. And then we also race four-person kayaks, which is K4. And then another really important piece of equipment is a spray skirt. So the spray skirt goes around your hips and over the cockpit of your boat. And basically, it's a nice tool for a windy day or a cold day or a rainy day to keep the wind and waves and rain out of your cockpit and keep you dry and warm. So you'll see people racing with these on when it's windy or when it's raining or when it's just cold. And this is a pretty great piece of equipment. There are a lot of days when it'd be pretty miserable to be paddling if you don't have a spray skirt. So another popular piece of equipment in the kayaking circuit is a watch holder and a watch, which are really important for keeping track of intervals. If you've got a GPS watch like I do, I've currently got the Forerunner 735. It helps you keep track of your speed, your splits. So this is a really great training tool when you're working on long workouts and you want to know your heart rate and you want to know your speed, or even just your timing, intervals. But a watch and a watch holder is a great tool, and it's really very helpful in the sport of sprint kayaking. Another important piece of equipment for any water sport is a good pair of sunglasses. These are really helpful, especially polarized sunglasses, for keeping the sun out of your eyes and especially the sun's reflection off of the water out of your eyes. Along with that, they're helpful for keeping splashing out of your eyes, and also they're good for reducing that wind, kind of makes you tear up. So sunglasses are a really good tool for paddling. Another really important piece of paddling equipment is, of course, your paddle. And off the bat, you'll notice a difference between a sprint paddle and a recreational paddle is our paddles are fully carbon, so they're super light and super strong, which is obviously important when you want to be going at high speeds. Another thing is our paddles are generally at an angle, which help us cut through the wind and be ready for that next stroke. Additionally, our paddles can be adjusted for a different angle and for different lengths, as well as coming apart for easy storage. So there are a couple of the main differences in equipment between recreational kayaking and sprint kayaking, but let's talk about some training regimens. I personally started sprint kayaking when I was 10 years old, so I've been doing it for about 8 years now. I gotta say the hardest part when you start is definitely the balance, just because coming into a boat this skinny definitely presents a challenge of trying to go fast while also trying not to fall out. So after you've gotten started and you've got your balance down, what do the workouts look like? Well, generally we're on the water twice a day, especially in the summers, really working on that speed work, intervals a lot, definitely in the sprint season. And then once we're more in the fall, early spring area, sometimes in the winter, we're definitely doing a lot of technical work, really working on making sure we're maximizing our efficiency in the boat. Along with our on-the-water workouts, we're also in the gym. So from the late fall and in the winter especially, and then early spring, we're really working on strength and size building right now. And then once we're in the sprint season in the summer, really in the heat of things, we're gonna focus more on like explosive power, do more circuit weights, muscle endurance, just those things that help us kind of transition the strength that we built over the winter months into more like functional strength that we can use in a race. So my current goals are to make the 2024 and the 2028 Olympics. So you'll see me training at the RIVERSPORT Boathouse District anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day for the next 8 years. And myself and everybody on the Oklahoma City RIVERSPORT Canoe Kayak team would love to see you down there soon.